go live on here too. Okay, hello everybody. It's 6 o'clock, and I'm going to wait for a few people to come in. Thanks for joining me, and I just want to talk to you for a few minutes. We're getting ready for something that I've never done before, and I don't think anybody has ever done it before. I looked it up, I Googled it, I couldn't find anybody who has done this before, so I want to talk to you about it tonight and get you ready. It's next Saturday. Share this with somebody. Let's give it one more minute. I was trying to do this for 606. I've never done a Facebook Live before. Hello. I've never done a Facebook Live before, and my son is helping me with a little technology, but thank you for joining me. I won't be here long. I'm not going to preach a sermon, not going to give a lecture. I just want to give you some information that you can use throughout the week to share with your friends, to use yourself. And I want to give you a little background as to how this happened. I'll be on every night this week live at 6 p.m. I'm on YouTube and Instagram, and then we'll figure out a way to say something on Facebook. But this is a big week for me because I've been working on this for about 15 years. 15 years ago, we began doing a little Bible study in the basement of First Baptist, and we called it dfree. And the focus of the Bible study was to help our members do better financially. I'd been at the church 15 years, and 15 good years. People joined every Sunday. And we were involved in creating affordable housing in the neighborhood. We were involved in creating a large health clinic in the neighborhood in partnership with the Catholic Church. We were involved in foster care and adoption. We were training parents to take in children that have been abandoned in hospitals and children that need to be adopted. We were doing after-school homework assistance with students. We brought a community college into our neighborhood to help people get their GED and go to college, both in an accessible and affordable way. Church was doing well by 2005. I was there from 1990 to 2005, but there was something that was nagging at me, and that was that our members themselves weren't doing as well as the church was doing institutionally. Church was doing well as an organization. The church was prospering institutionally, and we were buying property. We built a new sanctuary, but the members were still living paycheck to paycheck. Many people were paying high interest on car notes. People were using credit cards to pay credit cards. And I don't believe churches should do well as institutions while their members remain marginal as families. So we began focusing like a laser on the financial capacity of our members. We called it dfree, and it was based on three things. Number one, based on the heritage of our people. And when you look at the Black experience right after slavery, there were three major themes among Black people. Theme number one was the theme of education. Shaw University, right there in Raleigh, North Carolina, started in 1865. Howard University and the great schools. So education was theme number one. Coming out of slavery, Black people in America focused on education. Theme number two was religion. And you see that our churches prospered. Our churches were strong. People took church seriously. Abyssinian Baptist Church in New York formerly pastored by Adam Clayton Powell Sr., Adam Clayton Powell Jr., and my mentor, Reverend Dr. Samuel DeWitt Proctor. Current pastor today is Reverend Dr. Calvin Butts. That church was perhaps the first mega church in this country. Black people built a beautiful structure in Harlem, but the church started down by Wall Street. And so religion was important. Religion was taken very seriously. The AME Church, AME Zion Church, Black Baptist churches were the foundation of Black America. So that was theme number 2, religion. Theme number 3 was economics. Next year, we'll celebrate the 100th anniversary of the race riots where Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma was burned down. 600 Black businesses, homeowners. We had a Black-owned hotel in 1921 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. 6 Black men in Tulsa owned their own private planes. And Black people migrated to Oklahoma because the government was giving away land that had formerly belonged to Indians, of course. And Black people migrated from Mississippi and other parts of the South into Oklahoma. And that started around the turn of the century. And so we find Black people really emerging in Tulsa around 1905, 1906, which means that between 1906 and 1921, Blacks had such a passion for economic development that it made the white folks lose their minds, burn down the Black section of town, kill innocent people. It was horrible. But as horrible as it was, I am inspired to know what kind of behavior, what kind of strategies were they using where in 16 years, 15, 16 years, they could develop that much economic wealth that would cause the other side of town to resent it. So coming out of slavery, we had 3 themes: education, religion, and economics. And so when we started this dfree ministry, it was rooted in what Black people had been doing ever since we got here. The second premise of the dfree curriculum and the dfree strategy was the Bible itself. Luke chapter 15 is really all you need to read. If you study Luke chapter 15 properly, you will realize that impatience and impetuousness and impulsive spending is what caused the rich young man to go broke. And so Luke chapter 15, along with the rest of the teachings in the Bible, mainly the teachings of Jesus, give us a sense of how we should handle money. And so dfree was founded based on biblical principles, starting in Luke 15. Of course, we reflect on Joseph, who told Pharaoh in Egypt that when things are going well, you should put some grain aside. Don't spend all the money you have when things are going well, because when things stop going well, you need something to fall back on. So these are the principles that we extracted from the Bible to create dfree and to write my book, which has done quite well over the last 10 years, Say Yes to No Debt. So biblical principles were the second premise. And then thirdly, my personal experience. When I was in my 20s, I had some experiences with money that are quite embarrassing. They sound funny now, and it's hard to imagine now when you look at my life and my lifestyle. But when I was in my 20s, I was educated. I was supposedly sophisticated. I was an activist, but I was broke. And I was not broke simply because I didn't make enough money. I was broke because of the way I used the money that I made. So anyway, we started this ministry, dfree, based on those 3 things: the Black heritage, biblical principles, and my personal testimony. We focused on 3 things. Number 1, debt. The Bible says that the borrower is slave to the lender. Number 2, delinquencies. I was paying hundreds of dollars every month on late fees, not because I didn't have the money, but because I was so sloppy and disorganized. I kept paying my bills late. I came to discover that Americans spend billions of dollars every year on late fees. So that's the second D. And the third is deficits. Deficit means that you spend more than you make. So we started teaching based on the Bible, based on Black history, based on my own experience. We started teaching our members in 2005. I'll never forget it, July 2005, how to pay as you go, stop using credit cards to finance lifestyles that we can't afford, pay as you go, pay your bills on time, save all that late fee money that you're spending, and live below your means. If you read the dfree book, you'll see how we suggest living on 70% of your income. And you say, well, if I can't live on 70% of my income. Well, first of all, you have to try. And then if you really cannot, after you've budgeted and saved and found all your spending leaks, we show you how to do that. Then you have to make more money. And there are ways to make money. And we are as dedicated to helping people increase their income as we are limiting their spending. So once you do that, what I discovered was that when I pay as I go, pay my bills on time, and live below my means, and I'm saving and investing, and I've got money for emergencies, then I can make deposits. When I was 24 years old, my dad died. My mother was 44 years old. I didn't have a penny saved. If my father did not have life insurance, I would not have been able to buy my mother a takeout dinner. And so we started, hold on one second. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. I was able to start depositing, putting deposits in a bank account. I've got multiple bank accounts now, and not just money flowing through the bank, but money that's mine in the bank. So when you're free from debt, delinquencies, and deficits, you can be free to make deposits in your own bank account, earn dividends from your investments. I get a check now every 3 months. It's dividends. It's the dividend I make from stock that I own in a particular company. And those checks exceed the salary that I actually made when I was 25 years old. So instead of me working for money, my money now works for me. And we want to teach people how to do that. But as long as you're paying 18% interest in debt, in credit cards, in furniture, in car notes, it doesn't make sense to invest and make 5 to 8% return, which is a decent return. I have one investment that has paid me a minimum of 5% return for the last 30 years. I got it when it first came out. I was just starting to live a debt-free lifestyle, and I get a minimum of 5%. Even when the interest rate is what it is today, they pay me 5% return because I've been in it so long and I locked that in. But it doesn't make sense to get 5% return on an investment if I'm paying 15% interest on credit cards or furniture bills or other kinds of debt. So the second D, when you get out of debt, pay as you go, pay your bills on time, live within your means, then you can be free to make deposits in your own accounts, earn dividends from your own investments, and then finally you can buy an apartment building or a house and get a deed, put your name on the deed. So D-free stands for freedom from debt, delinquencies, and deficits, freedom to deposits, dividends, and deeds. So that's what we do. So welcome tonight. I wanted to just give you a little background. If you don't know about D-Free, if you just bumped it to me by accident, just go to mydfree.org and you'll see all kinds of information. We have online classes for free. Our YouTube page here has multiple presentations for free, and we've got books and booklets, etc. But here's what I want to tell you. For the last 15 years, since 2005, we've been working with churches, We've been working. I'll answer that. Thank you. Is it better to invest in stocks, real estate? I'll answer that. Don't go anywhere. Okay. I'll answer that in a minute. From 2005, we've been training churches. We've trained 4,000 churches, and we work with organizations. Essentially, what I did was create a curriculum and tools and strategies that we give to Black organizations and anyone, but our priority is Black organizations because the wealth gap between Blacks and the rest is the widest. But the strategy, the principles, the education is good for everybody. So we work with the Delta Sigma Theta sorority, the Theta Psi Beta sorority, the AKAs. We work with the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. I mean, we work hard. I've got a team of people that come to work every day, and they teach churches and other organizations how to help their members have financial freedom. But the frustration I have is this. It took me about 4 years to get out of debt and straighten out my financial life. I'll tell you more about that this week. And because we talk about money, just like Sister Ira has asked me a very specific question. People ask questions, they need the answers right now. And for 15 years, we've been around the country. We've been preaching and speaking and training and teaching. And our program, we have a program that says, let us help you. It's a 12-step program, 4 levels. It's get started, get control, get ahead, give back. And my frustration has been that after all of my talks and all of our programming and all of my appearances, there's always someone that walks up to me and says, listen, I don't have 12 weeks. I don't have time for 12 steps. I'm getting calls from credit card companies right now. I need those calls to stop. Or someone will send me an email and say, Reverend, listen, this all sounds good, but right now my house is in foreclosure. I need help right now. Someone else will say, look, my credit score is so bad. And you know, if I'm going to take 12 steps, the step I need to take is improve my credit score. And so what I decided that this year I was going to do 2 things. First thing I was going to do was to find people that we can trust, because I don't make any money off of this. Listen, I work for my church. I'm on corporate boards. I do this because I want to do it. This is not my job. This is my passion. This is my cause. This is my give back. So I don't have to hustle. This is not a hustle for me. This is a commitment. So I decided I would find people, I and my team, of course, would find people that could really help people right away. I mean, our program is fine. Our program is, if you give me time and I can take you from where you are to where I am, but it takes time. But there's some things that need immediate attention and you just don't have time. So I decided to find people that we can trust. Some of them I've been talking to for 3 years, just to make sure I really can trust them and recommend them, who can help people with their right now situations. And then introduce them to my friends and my followers and into the organization that we work with. Second thing I decided was that I was going to launch this around Black Friday, because Black Friday is traditionally the largest spending day of the year. But the term, you know the term in the black. If you're in the black, what that means is that you own more than you owe. It means that you earn more than you spend. When you're in the black, it means that your assets are greater than your liability. So if Black Friday is really Black Friday, who is in the black as a result of Black Friday? Not the people who are standing in line all night, Thanksgiving night, in the cold, waiting to be first in line to bust into Best Buy to buy a flat screen TV that's not worth what it costs, even if it's on sale. No, we're not the ones that are in the black. Black Friday is to help companies owned by very wealthy people to be in the black, and then normal people are in the red. And so I've saved up some money all year long, and I'm waging war against Black Friday and against going into debt to celebrate the birthday of Jesus, which is crazy. And what I've done is I've assembled my team, all of my teams. I got 3 teams, and all of us from now to Thanksgiving are going to work as hard as we can to help people be in the black on Black Friday. And then once we get past Black Friday, we're going to start singing a new Christmas carol. I'm dreaming of a Black Christmas. And that's not dreaming about Black people on Christmas, although obviously I'm Black. And so I want Black people to be in the black, but it means I'm dreaming of a Christmas when nobody goes into debt. Do I think we should give gifts? Of course. Is it fine to celebrate? Definitely. But what I started doing years ago was only spending money on Christmas that I have. I refuse to celebrate Christmas by going into debt and starting the year broke and depressed. So we are having what I've called a Debt-A-Thon. Now, where did I get that? A Debt-A-Thon. When I was growing up, Jerry Lewis used to have something called a telethon. The telethon was when people would call in, and he had people on the screen and entertainers, and he was raising money to help children that needed help. And so the telethon was designed to get people to take action to give money. Our Debt-A-Thon is designed to have people take action to help themselves. And so next Saturday, that's the 21st, we're having the first ever Debt-A-Thon. And the Debt-A-Thon is when we're going to connect people who are drowning in debt with professional, licensed, non-profit debt counselors. I'm going to say that again. Professional, licensed, non-profit debt counselors. Because if you're drowning in debt, if you have so many bills you can't make the minimum payments, if you are like I was, not even opening your mail because you know what they want. You know, if Citibank sends you a letter and you have a Citibank credit card, you know they're not sending you a get well card. They want their money. And I was in so much debt, I couldn't even make the minimum payments on my credit card bills 40 years ago. And I just stopped opening the mail. And my friends, if that's where you are, don't let the holiday season pass you by. Next Saturday, we're going to connect you right away. We're going to give you a phone number. You can call the phone number right away. Or you can log into the event and connect with someone live right away. Next Saturday. Next Saturday can be the end of your debt, pulling you down, increasing your blood pressure, making you angry, causing fights between you and your significant other. That's our Debt-A-Thon next Saturday from 11 to 4. Again, I don't get paid for this. We have a nonprofit foundation that teaches people that we don't charge. We've never charged a fee. I don't charge for speaking. Our staff doesn't charge money to do work. We raise money so that we can give this information away. So let me tell you more about next Saturday, but let me go to these questions. Ayara, thank you so much, first of all, for tuning in. Is it better to invest in stocks or real estate? Number one, I believe in real estate. God is not going to make any more land. 50% of my personal assets are in real estate. 50% are in stocks. However, in order to invest in stocks, I'm begging you to talk to a professional that's licensed. Licensed, that's key. Licensed, that means they're qualified and trained to give you advice on how to invest in the stock market. I definitely believe in the stock market. I've made a ton of money in the stock market once I started investing, but It's with the advice of professionals. Now, guess what? Although next Saturday we're calling it a Debt-A-Thon, we're going to have professionals standing by, because our experience is that whenever we talk about money, someone's going to ask a question just like this. And we have professionals that are going to be available next Saturday to take your question and talk to you about investing without charging you a dime. And on Thursday, when I do what I'm doing now on Thursday, I'm going to talk about what it means to talk to a financial professional. So I believe that investing in stock is great as long as you have a professional that's teaching you what to do. Investing in real estate is great. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with having a licensed real estate professional guiding you through that process. You know, I wouldn't fly on an airplane if the pilot were not licensed. You can't even cut someone's hair if you don't have a license. And so if you want someone to really give you advice about money, our curriculum, our program begs people to invest in speaking to professionals. Let professionals give you advice. Suni, is it worth investing in cryptocurrency or is it too risky? Well, Suni, I'd like you to do all the research you can. I have to confess, I have made an investment in cryptocurrency. I studied, I prayed, I listened to podcasts, I've read books, but an investment in cryptocurrency should only be an amount of money that you can lose without it affecting your life. So if the money that I've invested in cryptocurrency goes away for whatever reason, my rent will be paid, my children will still inherit money when I die, my lights won't get cut off, you know, I'll still eat 3 meals a day. And so I believe cryptocurrency is real, it's complicated, it's relatively new. Each cryptocurrency is different. And if you're going to take risk, make sure, and that's not just cryptocurrency, if you're going to take any kind of risk, make sure that whatever risk you take only involves enough money so that if you lose every penny, it won't affect your life. Okay. Rodney, thank you for sharing your wisdom. This is an answer to my prayer. God bless you. Wonderful. So listen, Rodney, tonight I'm going to talk about one of the things we're going to offer next Saturday all day from 11 to 4. I'll be online. We'll be there live. You can register for free. This is not a fundraiser. This is not a gimmick. This is not something to pull you in and then try to snag you with buying something. No, I don't make any money off of this. This is not what I do for a living. I'm the pastor of a church. I've been there for 30 years and the church pays me a salary. I'm on 4 corporate boards. I'll tell you more about that later. I teach people how to be on corporate boards. And every corporation whose board I sit on pays me a fee. I give speeches. I write books. I own real estate. I have 13 streams of income. And this is not one of them. And I'm only saying that because, listen, many of us have been hustled by the best. This is not a hustle. I'm doing this because I believe that's what God put me on earth at this point in my life to do. My father died at 47 years old. I've lived longer than my dad. I've always felt that my dad deserved to live longer than I deserve to live longer. And what I try to do with this extension that God has given me is to do something to benefit other people. I'm not perfect. I'm not a saint, but I do believe in giving back. And I don't need this for me. I need this for others, because if I knew when I was 25 or 30 or even 35, if I knew then, if I lived then the way I live now, I would have 10 times as much as I have. And I'd be able to help 10 times as many people as I help. So you go to my dfree. If you see that there should be some, I think you can see this, my dfree. The website is mydfree.org. And what you do is you register for the Debt-A-Thon, and the Debt-A-Thon is for anyone who's looking for immediate financial help or advice, and you don't have time to read another Dave Ramsey book. You don't have enough time right now. You've got a pressing situation, and you don't have time to read Rich Dad Poor Dad again or read my book again, and you want to talk to somebody without feeling like they're trying to shove something down your throat or sell you something that you'll be sorry you bought. This is not that kind of party. It's a Debt-A-Thon. I'm focusing on debt because this shopping season is aimed at getting us in debt. Listen to the messages. Look at the offers. You go to a store to buy a pair of socks, and before you check out, the first thing they ask is, do you have a Macy's credit card? Do you want a Macy's credit card? We'll give you 20% discount on the sock if you take out the credit card. Why? Because they make more money off your debt than they make off your dollars. So don't let the rich keep getting richer because we help them get richer. All right. So listen, next Saturday, please, if you would sign up, check us. You don't have to stay all day, obviously, but I want you to hook up with us next Saturday and just go to the website, mydfree.org. Go to the website, sign up, and then tell your friends. Because if you know somebody who is struggling or know someone who's looking for strategy without going to people that are trying to hook you with some kind of sale, just meet us next Saturday between 11 and 4. And I'm telling you, I've been working 15 years to have people like these by my side that will help people the way people deserve to be helped. So let me just tell you one thing. So next Saturday, we're going to have people that will help you with a strategy to improve your credit. People who, if you're in foreclosure, a lot of people because of COVID-19 are facing foreclosure. And if you're in foreclosure or you think you might be headed for foreclosure, we have, again, licensed, HUD-approved professionals that will speak to you and can help you deal with your lender. That's next Saturday at the Debt-A-Thon. So it's not just about credit cards. It's about finance. But let's talk tonight, because I promise not to keep you long. Let me tell you the highlight of next week. So next week, one of our partners that's going to be there is a company that will help you build credit. The average, I've been studying this company for 3 years. They have a strategy, they have a program, and they're licensed and professionals. I keep saying that because I want you to know we don't deal with jacklegs. I'm probably the one who would be considered jackleg because I'm licensed to preach, but I'm not, I don't have any financial license, and I didn't want one because I never wanted to be qualified to sell anybody anything. My job is to help you connect with the people who are licensed. I'm not licensed, and therefore I have nothing to sell you in terms of financial products. So next week we have a company, and it's all digital. You can do it on your phone, where we will put $20 into an account in your name. Us in the company. So you open an account, we put $20 in the account, and you start saving in that account, and we'll show you how. And then you take out a loan against your account. This is how rich people do it. They just do it with millions of dollars. And then the company is going to report to the credit bureau that you're making these on-time payments, and they're going to hold a little money aside. And at the end of 12 months, your credit's going to go up, and they're going to give you a refund on some of what you put in. This is a credit builder program. And so what will happen is next Saturday, someone from that company will be talking to me, and I'll be asking them all the hard questions, the kind of questions I wish I had asked somebody when I was drowning in debt. They're going to describe the program, and then you'll have a chance to ask your own questions, because after I talk to them, they'll be on the side and you can enter a room on the website and you'll be able to ask them questions. And you can open up your account. Again, we will put in the first $20 into your account. The whole point is that the credit bureaus need to see that a legitimate company says that you're making these small payments on time. And I just read a report about an hour ago. One young man went through this program, and in 6 months, his credit score went up 99 points. 99 points. That, if you're at 520 and your credit score goes up to 619, you're in a different ball game. And let me tell you why your credit score is important. Your credit score is important not only for the purpose of borrowing money. Do you know that when you go for certain jobs, they check your credit score? Did you know that when you have a job and you go for a promotion on certain jobs, they check your credit score? Do you realize that when you, even in voluntary organizations, when certain organizations want to consider you for membership, they check your credit score? Do you know that your insurance rates that you pay are sometimes based on your credit score? Your credit score is a powerful tool. I think it's unfair. In fact, personally, I think it's prejudice. But these are the rules that we live under. And so let's learn to win under the rules that we have. So next week at the Debt-A-Thon, one of the resources we're going to introduce you to is a credit builder resource that starts out absolutely free. Now, nothing is totally free, but you'll have a chance to look at it and figure out whether ultimately the cost over 12 months is worth the benefits that you get. What I can assure you is that this is not a jackleg relationship. These are licensed professionals. The government's looking over their shoulder. They are certified by the government to do the work they do. And I promise you, people that need to improve their credit scores can improve their credit scores and should improve their credit scores. And we want to introduce you and connect you to a partnership that can help you build your credit. That's our Debt-A-Thon. Tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, I'll come back and talk about resource number 2. We've got 7 or 8 resources that we're going to introduce you to at the Debt-A-Thon next week. And tonight I just talked about resource number 1. Suni, you're welcome. Thank you for connecting. Rodney, thank you, my brother. And Ayara, thank you for your question. Next Saturday, you're going to meet people much smarter than I am. We're going to introduce you to people, and it's going to be more than just a show. No, this is a hookup. This is an actual hookup. The Debt-A-Thon is designed to connect you to people that we've researched and that we trust to help you reach your financial dreams. So go to mydfree.org, mydfree, mydfree.org. Spend a little time tonight on our YouTube page, which is mydfree. Look at some of the videos. I promise you, you will find information here for free that's life-changing, because it changed my life. And we've got testimonies from all over America of lives that have also been changed. So God bless you. Thank you for being with me tonight. I'll see you tomorrow night, same time, same place. We'll be here on YouTube, and I think on Instagram, if I can learn how to get it going live and in living color. All right. God bless you.